Hello. Microphone check. 1, 2. What is this? Yo, guys, what's going on? Welcome. Sorry, my glasses have something on it. Um, welcome. Why is this? It's. God damn it. I have like. This is not a good way to start the stream. All right, there's like this speck on my glasses, and it's driving me. I'm about to swear here. Is that like permanent? I don't know. All right, we're gonna deal with it. Not a good way to start. Hey, welcome everybody. Hashtag TNT JoeFi Tech News that Jerome Ortega finds interesting. I am your host, Jerome Ortega. This is episode because I lost count. This is day something in quarantine because I equally lost count. Guys, how are you? How is everybody doing? Do you feel this energy? It's not gonna last. Also, do you see this back here? Look at these curtains. Look at, and then this. Wait, there. Can I? This is so hard to do because of there. This is the best way. Look at that. I need to paint it. I don't know when I'm gonna paint it, but the place is coming along well, and there's not much left to do. So, yeah. I'm excited. I don't know about these curtain ties yet. I don't know if I'm feeling the black, but you can't see. Wait. Look. See? It goes with the curtain ties right there. You guys should try to like point at stuff with a webcam because it's there. So now we have the whole scene of everything, although that's still too high. I'll bring this lower. God damn it. Now it's too low. Nah, it's fine. All right. This is an awful way to start. I've been sitting here for 5 minutes wasting your time. Guys, what's going on? Let me get into chat and say hi. Swanye West was first. Definitely his first. His first. Welcome, Swanye West. Welcome. Y 2019 is in here as well. Welcome, Y. How's it going? Que paso? Big House Productions. What's going on, man? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Ted is in here as well. Yo, Ted. What's going on, man? Welcome back. Max Tech Studios is in here as well. Hi. New video on my channel. Okay. Thank you for promoting your channel here. Max Tech, how you doing, man? Welcome. Six is in here as well. Yo, fam, what's going on, Six? How's it going, man? Home decor with Jerome. Yeah, pretty much. Swanye says, wow, no hat today. I'm surprised how you guys, I mean, Swanye, you weren't on here last time I didn't have my hat on, but I felt like not everybody, but it felt like a lot of people were surprised. Like, no hat. Where's your hat? You look so different without your hat. It's because my hair is growing out too. So like, I was like, oh, because when COVID happened, after like, I think in April, I decided to shave my head like with a 1. And I was just like, my head didn't have a tan on it. So I was like so white on the top. Anyway, Swanye, welcome. Well, I said that already. Team Vari, did I say welcome? Team Vari, what's up, everyone? Hope y'all are staying safe from the storm. 2020 can kiss my ass. I'm assuming that's what KMA is. Welcome, Team Vari. Yeah, Big House says curtains for sure. Okay. Let me scroll down here. Oddweight is in here. Hello. Is that's a new way to say my name. What's going on, Oddweight? Welcome, man. Welcome. TV cable is covered. It is. Deepak Murthy is in here as well. Hey, Jerome. Hey, everybody. How's it going, Deepak? Welcome. All right. Cable management in the building. Yes, sir, for sure. Oddweight says hat equals Jerome's hair. Pretty much. This is my new hat. You like it? It's made from New Era. All right. We have quite a slow news day today. We had a busy news day yesterday, and then today it was like, there's some stuff, not a lot to talk about. Also, I apologize for the tardiness today. I was working on videos for my other channel, and then that kind of like threw me back. and then just 8 million other things. But you guys hear me talk about that all the time. So let's go ahead. Let's get started. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to stretch this show out today for an hour. So if you guys have things you want to talk about, if you have questions, let's talk about them because I don't have a lot of stories. So this article from 9 to 5 Mac says analysts are saying the iPhone 12 will ship without accessories, could be more expensive than the iPhone 11. The iPhone 12 shipping without accessories in a way is not surprising for me because I'm lucky enough to own multiple phones and multiple iPhones. I'm not going to be, shit out of luck when my iPhone doesn't come with a charger, if it doesn't come with a cable, because I have multiple chargers. I have multiple lightning cables or USB-C cables. If they ever go that route, they're never going to go that route. But in the chance that they do, I have many of those cables as well. As far as the price, the rumor was that the iPhone 12 was going to be cheaper than the iPhone 11. It was going to start at $649 or $650. And if it did that, I think it would have been a big game over for the Pixel 5. But I still think the iPhone 12 is going to be a big game over for the Pixel 5. And I don't mean that the Pixel 5 is not going to sell units. I'm not saying that the Pixel 5 won't do well. Obviously, the Pixel 4a is doing well. The Pixel 4a 5G is also doing well. But I think the iPhone 12 is going to bring in some good upgrades despite not having accessories. And I'm not sitting here telling or saying that who needs accessories, because there are people who do. We've talked about this in the past. And the way I was able to explain this is you can look at it in two ways. Apple removing accessories in one way is going to save waste for people who already own a lot of these accessories. Then they just have to go and buy one or whatever, right? You can look at it in that way. The other way is people who don't have an iPhone, or someone who's going to be buying an iPhone for the first time, or who needs a cable, or who needs a pair of earpods or a charging brick. They're going to be SOL. They're going to be shit out of luck. And that sucks. That sucks that they're not going to have that. But my driving point here in the past is this has nothing to do with saving the environment. And this has nothing to do with trying to give the customer the best deal for the money. Oh, we're not adding accessories because it's going to mark up the price or whatever. It has nothing to do with that. For them, it's not even marking up the price. It's about how much profit this company can make from the consumer. That's all it is. Don't sit here for a second thinking Apple is doing us a favor. Google is doing us a favor by doing this, or that. No, for them, it's the bottom line. It's looking at the competition, seeing how much money that they can take from us. That's how it is. And it's going to be like that. That's just capitalism 101 here in the States and in other parts of the country as well. Like, am I being very broad and very narrow-minded with that statement? Maybe, but I feel like that's how a lot of this country is run anyway. So anyway, let's get into it. I already read the title, so let's get into the article. I was like, do I read this title again? Did I read this title already? A new report from analysts at TrendForce this week corroborates reports that the iPhone 12 will ship without accessories such as wired earpods, and a power brick. The report also aims to pinpoint Apple's pricing plans for the iPhone 12 and iPhone 12 Pro series. What the hell is TrendForce? Who is TrendForce? Why should I care who TrendForce is? Because they're analysts? Analysts for what? Tech analysts? I need more info. The report also sheds some light on Apple's potential pricing strategy for the iPhone 12, according to TrendForce. Here we go again with TrendForce. TrendForce sounds like such a shitty, like 90s, 80s name. What should we call our company? What are two words that are like marketing terms that have energy to it? Trend, and then force, trend force. It sounds so dumb. I don't know what I'm on lately. I don't even know why I'm talking. Okay, all right, let's go. So the iPhone 12 is starting. The starting price is between $699 and $749. So this is even a lot more than originally thought. We were thinking $649, and then they said $699. Now there's the potential that it might be even $749 starting. Okay, well, that's a lot more than I expected. The iPhone 12 Max starting price between $799 and $849. The iPhone 12 Pro starting between $1,049 and $1,099. So even the iPhone 12 Pro is going to get a bump. So it's not even going to start at $1,000 anymore. They're actually going to buck the trend again, and now they're going to push it to $1,050. And then the iPhone 12 Pro Max starting from $1,149 to $1,199. So yesterday I was talking about how I might be forced to buy the iPhone 12 Pro Max. Obviously, nobody's putting a gun to my head saying I have to buy the iPhone 12 Pro Max. I could spend the money on the iPhone 12 if I wanted to. But what I meant by being forced to buy an iPhone 12 Pro Max is the fact that it looks like the 12 Pro Max is the phone that they're going to add 120 hertz to as far as the refresh rate for the display. And they're going to be using LiDAR to improve the autofocus on the phone. And if there's one thing that I want when I buy my phones in a series of phones or whatever, is to get the best camera phone out of it. I don't know how great LiDAR is going to be for autofocus, if it's really even going to make a difference, but I don't want to miss out on it. I don't know. Maybe I'll look into it, see if it's actually worth that autofocus. I don't know. How good is that autofocus going to be with that LiDAR? Is it going to be that great? It's going to make that much of a difference in photos? That's what I'm wondering about. Maybe if it doesn't, then I'll return it after the 30 days and buy the iPhone 12 Pro instead. I don't know. I won't know until I test it out myself. If these predictions from TrendForce turn out to be correct, these prices would represent a price increase year over year for the iPhone 12 compared to the iPhone 11. Prior reporting has suggested such a possibility due to the more expensive 5G networking components, but Apple is aiming to keep prices down with a variety of efforts. Again, it's not keeping the price down with a variety of efforts. It's keeping the price where it needs to be so that they can maximize their profits. Let's just call a spade, guys. That's really what it comes down to. Because obviously they could charge us less and accept less profit, but they're not going to do that, because why would they do that? They want to make as much as they can. They're looking at the numbers and they're saying, how much, what is that turning point where people are going to say, well, we're not going to pay for that. And so they're trending that line or towing that line and saying, well, if we bump it 50, people will still, they got people crunching the numbers. 90 something % of people will buy it, and then the other 6% won't. So yes, according to our analysts here at TrendForce, you should do this. All right. Obviously, I'm just speculating this is how this works. They sit in a little room and they're sitting on a pile of money, and this is how they conduct business. In fact, Ming-Chi Kuo, how do you pronounce Kuo, please? I want to do that properly. Ming-Chi Kuo recently reported that Apple does not plan to pass on any iPhone 12 cost increases to consumers. whatever. This suggests that the iPhone 12 lineup will be priced similarly to the iPhone 11. One important thing to keep in mind is that Apple is often quite good at keeping pricing information under wraps until an iPhone is released. More often than not, iPhone pricing predictions from analysts, even if they are based on supply chain chatter, turn out to be incorrect or only partially correct. Get caught up on everything, blah, 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 full guide. So I guess this is the info they have for the iPhone 12. So this iPhone 12 Max is just a bigger version of the iPhone 12, it looks like. Okay, so the 12 Pro and 12 Pro Max, they're going to have millimeter wave, while the iPhone 12 and iPhone 12 Max is just going to have sub 6 gigahertz. 4 gigs of RAM for the 12, 6 gigs of RAM for the 12 Pro. And then as far as storage, the Pro versions will have 512 gig versions. Wait a minute. This is weird. Why does this iPhone 12 Pro Max, is this a typo? There's no way. This is not correct. This 12 Pro Max is showing 64 gigs starting of internal storage. There's no way. That's going to be 128. Has to be. That has to be a typo. So this isn't even talking about LiDAR or any kind of differentiator here in terms of the camera for the Pro, the 12 Pro and the 12 Pro Max. So maybe if it doesn't, that'll be great. And I think that's it. That's just the different pricings. So to kind of continue on though, and we talked about this yesterday, but I just want to like add on to it. Or just reiterate the points of the 12 Pro and 12 Pro Max. A new leak revealed a ton of information about the 12 Pro Max, including its camera capabilities, because John Processor, he was the one that leaked this from wherever he gets his info from, probably from, I don't know, the people who are sitting on these piles of money. So the 12 Pro Max, including its camera capabilities, LiDAR sensor, and a 120 hertz refresh rate display. But there's a lot more, including improved Face ID. Oh, I didn't know this. That's new to me. So improved Face ID only for the 12 Pro Max? Or is that also for the 12 Pro? Confirmation of the iPhone 12 Pro's design. Given the amount of info in the leak, it's no surprise it comes courtesy of John Processor, who has a video of a hands-on of a product validation testing PVT version of the iPhone 12 Pro Max. In effect, this is very likely close to the finished version of the top-end iPhone 12 model. Processor himself didn't get his hands on the 12 Pro Max PVT unit, but a source allegedly shot a video of the phone. And between the screenshots of the software and the video clip itself, there's a lot to unpack. It showed off screenshots of the camera settings for the 12 Pro Max, which confirms the presence of a LiDAR sensor on that iPhone 12 model. The sensor will assist with autofocus and subject detection in video recording and when using the phone's cameras in night mode. So yeah, maybe there will be better increased quality when it comes to the cameras. Maybe. But only for the 12 Pro Max. So yeah, this little part here says enable LiDAR CA, whatever CA is. What's CA? This enables LiDAR assisted autofocus and subject detection for video and night mode. TTR unsupported, file manually. I don't know what that means. That sounds similar to the laser sensor that can improve performance in the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, but the leak also revealed that the iPhone 12 Pro Max will be able to capture 4K footage at 120 frames per second. Oh yeah, and that's right, a 240 frames per second in 4K. All this means video capture on the iPhone 12 Pro Max should have a solid upgrade over the capabilities of the 11 Pro Max, which can capture 4K at 60 and 120 in slow-mo mode. Other camera settings shown off include an enhanced night mode with extended exposure times. So, okay. Yeah, look at that. Enable enhanced night mode, enables enhanced night mode with extended exposure times. So when they say extended exposure times, I'm assuming they're keeping the shutter open longer, but I would also imagine, yeah, so you would need a tripod or maybe a really steady hand. So it says here Salpa. What's Salpa? Did we see that earlier? No. Is only available with a tripod or when the device is on a steady surface. This setting is unaffected by LiDAR CA. Given that this leak covers the iPhone 12 Pro Max only, we don't know if the iPhone 12 Pro will have the same settings or the LiDAR sensor. Okay, well, so there's no confirmation yet that the iPhone 12 Pro won't get it. I think they just don't know if the 12 Pro is going to have that because nobody has that info. I think yesterday, I felt like the article was alluding to the fact that the 12 Pro wasn't going to get LiDAR at all. So if that's the case, then I'll still get the 12 Pro. It just depends. It depends. But we'd be pretty confident that the 12 Pro will have pretty much the same video recording modes and enhanced camera features just without LiDAR assistance. Well, then that means I have to get the 12 Pro Max. In comparison, the 12 and 12 Max are expected to only come with a pair of cameras and no extra sensors, but we'd expect Apple to have worked on the image signal processing and computational photography to boost those phones' camera performance over the iPhone 11. And then the display, right? It's going to have a 120 hertz refresh rate. I mean, one of the reasons I do want to get the 12 Pro Max is for that 120 hertz refresh rate. I've tried 90 now on my Pixel 4. I've tried it on my Huawei P40 Pro Plus, and 90 is okay. I mean, I don't notice it that often. It's not a deal breaker for me, but I'd like to see Apple's implementation of 120 hertz is what I'm trying to say. I would love to see how they actually implement it. And if I can notice a bigger difference there than what I'm seeing on my Pixel 4 or my Huawei P40 Pro Plus. I don't know if I want to read the rest of this because what I actually wanted to talk about is the camera. So yeah, I mean, they're talking about here that the rear camera module will take up around 10% more space, but I think they were also talking that the notch is going to be smaller. So Face ID is apparently faster and will detect a user's face from a wider angle. So keeping the notch size does seem to have its benefits. Oh, so the notch is going to be the same? So slightly slimmer bezels. And then it says there were predictions that the notch would be smaller, but this doesn't appear to be the case. All right, let me share some of my thoughts with the iPhone 12 Pro or the iPhone 12 and how it's actually gonna compare to like the Pixel 5 and like I don't know, kind of break that down. So I knew that the 12 Pro or the 12 was going to be improving in terms of the camera department. I think we all knew that there was going to be some kind of improvement when it comes to the camera. I think looking at this, it looks like the 12 or the 12 Pro or the entire 12 lineup will have a like quality improvement in the camera department for all of its phones. And maybe even better in night mode. The 11 Pro series, the 11 series, the iPhone 11 series has some of the best night shots that I've tested over the Pixel 4. And if the iPhone 12 gets an upgrade on top of that as well, it's going to probably take the reign again as the best camera phone for the year for 2020, which is why the iPhone 11 Pro was my daily driver for such a long time, because the camera was good. The camera was good during the day, at night, photo, video, and it outperformed the Pixel, at least for me, in terms of night shots, in terms of video stabilization. And it looks like they're going to improve again for the 12 Pro. The reason I bring this up is you hear me talking about the iPhone improving on an already top tier camera phone. Is the Pixel 5 going to improve in those kind of terms? Are they going to fix video stabilization on the Pixel 5? Are they going to fix the night shots or video taken at night with the Pixel 5? Are they going to go ahead and include 4K 60? Like, can you shoot 4K at 60 frames per second? Are they going to do that? I don't think so. I don't think the Pixel 5 is going to improve on its camera optics. And so, yes, again, while we're going to have a great camera, I still don't think it's going to be beating the iPhone 12. And I don't even think it's going to be beating the iPhone 11 in terms of night shots. It might. I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm hoping I can look back at this and say, well, I was wrong. Like the same reason that, now we're looking at a possible 4,000 milliamp hour battery on the Pixel 5. If that's the case, that's great. But I need them to fix the camera as well. So this is kind of why I'm looking at the iPhone 12 as probably most likely being the best camera phone again for 2020. But you know what? I still have to test my Huawei P40 Pro Plus on the iPhone 11. I haven't done that yet. I need more time. I don't have enough time. There's not enough hours in the day to do what I need to do, people. All right, let me get into chat here because I think that's really all I have when it comes to the iPhone 12 and how I feel about that. All right, let me scroll up here and make sure I said hi to everybody. Deepak says, no news, Pixel Plastic Fantastic rules. Yes, but like how much more can I talk about this Pixel 4a? I'm sure I could talk more about the Pixel 4a. Actually, I have a few I will talk about it a little later. I do have a few thoughts though. Adwait says, the couch looks like it's part of the Surface aesthetic. The couch? My couch? Wait, what? This couch? But isn't this what Surface? Like the Microsoft Surface? I'm confused. Ruben is in here. What's good, fam? Still listening in while at work and looking forward to an apartment tour now that the crib is presentable. Yes, an apartment tour is coming. I'm actually waiting for 1 or 2 more things, or 3 or 4. I would say sometime in September. For sure, like mid-September, I'm guessing at the latest. Anyway, Ruben, welcome, man. Sean says Apple too cheap with their customers. I mean, you guys know how I feel about these companies. Big House says, but what about the guy coming over from Android wanting to try iOS? Yeah, no, exactly. And I should have added that in there. People who want to switch over from Android to iOS, who are looking to buy maybe an iPhone 12, might not buy one anymore because it's like, wait, now I got to buy a cable on top of it, or even a charging brick, or AirPods. Nah, they're called earpods, right? Earpods. But yeah, that's a good point too, Big House, for sure. Soigné says, isn't the lowest tier iPhone starting at like $799 with no accessories? That's kind of whack. Hopefully not $799. Hopefully not $799. I think the rumor is $699. But reading this article and seeing $749, that's the first time I've seen that. At least give a charging cable. Geez. No, for sure. I agree. Sean says Apple wants that profit. They do. They all do. Deepak says saving the planet is a genius excuse. Apple is the god of marketing. I mean, that's well said. Soigné says it very bluntly. There you go. Give me your monies. For sure. Darkman, X2G, welcome to the stream. Darkman, nice to see you, man. I can understand Apple doing that because most of Apple's customers are repeat customers. That's also a fair enough point. The Apple stock split will even drive the stock price higher as it becomes more affordable again. There you go. Sean, Trendforce, with the laughing emojis. That's one of Apple's insiders. Okay, I don't know. I guess I don't keep up with that. Yeah, Sean says high refresh rates is a gimmick outside of gaming. I know. It doesn't do much for me. But part of me is kind of interested to see Apple's version of it. I want to see Apple's implementation of it, I guess, and see if it is really that much better. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Paul says I could Google it, but what is LiDAR? A special lens or something? Yeah. So it's what is it again? Laser. Well, I don't remember. It. I know that aren't they using LiDAR for like um autonomous driving as well? It's some kind of laser radar kind of deal. I don't know much about how it works. I don't know if anyone here is able to share that, but please feel free. Oh, LiDAR CA is LiDAR camera. Thank you, Deepak. Jose Santana. Jose, what's going on, man? Long time no see, right? Or has it been a minute? Or has it been not a minute? I think I've seen you recently. Jose, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. Triad LiDAR sounds similar. Wait, what's triad? What? Six says hashtag courage. Why am I so lost right now? What is going on? What are we talking about? Guys, do me a favor. If you got a second, if you have not done so, please hit that thumbs up button. And if you haven't hit that thumbs up button, hit that thumbs up button. I just thought of that. Isn't that genius? Also, guys, if you're new in here and you haven't had a chance to say hi, say hi. We're a very friendly community. We got people in different platforms, mostly YouTube, but Six is in here on Twitch. Sometimes people come in here from Facebook. So if you got a second, hit that thumbs up wherever you're at. If you are not a subscriber, I do stream weekdays, every weekday at 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific. So if you want to know when I'm streaming again, well, I just gave you the times, but you can also be a subscriber and support the channel, which would be very appreciated. So do me a favor and do that if you get a second. And also, really quick, if you've noticed people in the chat with green in their name, that's because they're part of the Phone Jerome fam. The Phone Jerome fam. I'm trying to put energy into it. And you can be a member too for as little as 99 cents a month. All you got to do is click that join button. You'll get the green in your name. You'll get the red Chicago star next to your name. And why wouldn't you want a red Chicago star next to your name? You also get to use custom emoji in the live chat. You get a number of them to use, and you'll get your name in every single intro and outro of my live streams. Again, all you got to do is click this blue. All you got to do, man, I'm off today. All you got to do is click this blue join button. And if you can't find it, you can go to youtube.com/PhoneJerome/join. At the end of the day, it's just a way to support. And I appreciate any kind of support. I know times are tough. So if you can't do that, a thumbs up, clicking that subscribe button, or even sharing is a great way to support. Saying hi in chat, like, it's all forms of support. So I appreciate it either way. All right, guys, let's go ahead and let's move on. Oh, I got a deal for a story. And I don't know if this is a great deal or not, but I figure I might as well share it for anybody who might be considering the OnePlus 8 Pro. So the OnePlus 8 Pro with upgraded RAM and storage is $80 off at Amazon. This is the first biggest discount for OnePlus's latest phone. The OnePlus 8 Pro in the Onyx Black or Ultramarine Blue color variant is $80 off at Amazon right now. This discount brings the total down to $920. To think that a OnePlus phone is $1,000 is crazy to me. But so yes, this phone is $80 off. This is for the OnePlus 8 Pro with 256 gigs of internal storage and 12 gigs of RAM. So this is a much higher spec version for the OnePlus 8 series phone. So if you've been waiting for even a slight price drop on the unlocked model that features a Snap 865 processor, 12 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of fast UFS 3.0 storage, this is your opportunity to save. Some other noteworthy features include its 120 hertz refresh rate OLED screen. Additionally, this phone is IP68 for waterproofing. It supports wireless charging and 5G connectivity. The biggest reason of all to get this particular version is because at the $920 price, or this $920 price, it's just $20 more than the 128 gig model with 8 gigs of RAM. So, I mean, if you were even considering getting the 128 gig version for what is that, $900, then you might as well get this one at 920 with 256 gigs of storage and 12 gigs of RAM. I have a hard time recommending a phone like this just because $900, $920 is still very expensive. I mean, $920 doesn't sound awful if you're getting 12 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of internal storage, but it still sounds like a lot of money. But who am I to talk? I'm I got a $1,300 phone. I got a $350 phone. But both of them have pretty good cameras on them, despite the price. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that deal. Quote deal. I don't know if it's really a deal or not. So, all right, let me, Ronaldo's in here. Ronaldo De Leon. What's up, Jerome, and everyone in the chat? Ronaldo, how's it going, man? Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you as always. Oh, okay. I see, Sean. He was replying to my comment about Ming-Chi Kuo. Deepak Murthy says laser imaging detection and ranging. Why did I think the R was radar? Thank you, Deepak. Means a laser beam illuminates the target to measure the distance of the target from the sensor. Thank you. Appreciate you saying that. That's very helpful. Most helpful. All right. So I literally don't have many stories left to share. But we'll go into it. The next story here is from Android Police. And this article, once this thing goes away, because I think it takes a second for it to go away, there we go, is Samsung is shipping the Note 20 Ultra with 2 different cooling systems. Liquid cooling could be going the way of the Dodo. I mean, I haven't kept up with Samsung lately. I really haven't kept up with the way they've been cooling their phones down, but apparently they have 2 versions of how they're cooling phones down. And I think it's either causing a stir, but I think Android Police is also saying, chill out. No pun intended. They're both pretty good, I think, from what I read here. Samsung introduced a pretty cool sounding liquid cooling system with the S7, and it's been using that ever since. However, an iFixit teardown recently revealed that Samsung's actually shipping Note 20 Ultra units with 2 types of cooling systems, one being the liquid cooling, or more accurately, the copper vapor chamber system, and the other being graphite thermal pads. It turns out this may not be as big an issue as some are making it seem. So iFixit spoke with a thermal systems engineer who revealed that there's not much difference in performance between the vapor chambers and graphite pads. He also theorizes that the dual sourcing could be due to internal competition, that Samsung will assemble multiple engineering teams to come up with different thermal solutions to determine which method ends up being the most expensive. So yeah, maybe there isn't much of a difference whether your Note 20 Ultra has graphite pads or this liquid cooled vapor system, although that one sounds cooler than graphite pads, but whatever. So let me see here. The company may have felt the expensive vapor chamber systems weren't worth the added cost. Kramer also notes that the vapor chambers are quite delicate and prone to swelling when even slightly overheated. So is that it? If you see here, it says here, this S20 Ultra on the left is the vapor chamber, and on the right, it's using graphite pads for cooling. If this isn't just a case of dual sourcing, it could be that Samsung prefers the graphite thermal pads and that this was a mid-production change. Some early Note 20 Ultra units could have been delivered with vapor chambers before Samsung finalized its quest for an alternative, likely cheaper solution. iFixit has only seen the vapor chamber system in one Note 20 Ultra teardown in Cambodia, whereas the 4 devices it performed teardowns on all used the graphite solution. Whether or not the different cooling systems have any tangible effect on the Note 20 Ultra's performance, they almost certainly do not. It's interesting to hear the reasoning behind why this may be happening from an expert's point of view. And if you have a Note 20 Ultra, chances are you'll never notice whether you have one system or the other. So at least it's not a big deal. At least it's not something where one is better than the other, like Exynos and Snapdragon, because that becomes a big issue. And I think that's kind of a shame. But if this is like negligible, then like who cares, right? So, all right, moving on. This is about the Pixel 4. And for those that don't know, I'm sorry, not the Pixel 4, the Pixel 4a. And for those that don't know, the Pixel 4a, you are now able to get you're able to get the beta version of Android 11 on it. I haven't done so yet on my Pixel 4a, but I think I will, maybe. So far, I haven't really had many issues. Actually, after I read this article, I'm going to kind of give you a smaller update on my Pixel 4a, because there are a couple of things that I've noticed that I want to point out and talk about. So let's go through this article first. This article from Android Police is saying Android 11 breaks the Pixel 4a's fun wallpapers, but a fix is planned. While most companies try to hide display cutouts with wallpapers, seemingly as something to be ashamed of. I mean, yeah, that's why they make wallpapers. That's why they make wallpapers that hide this, because, I mean, yeah, in a way they don't want it to get in the way. I don't know if being ashamed of it is the actual word for it, but yeah, they want to hide it if they can. Google took the route of highlighting the Pixel 4a's pinhole cutout as a feature in its series of fun new wallpapers for the phone. Unfortunately, the latest Android 11 beta, which the 4a just got, applies a crop to wallpapers for a new zoomed-in animation it does when entering the multitasking menu or app drawer, and that breaks all the cleverly designed wallpapers. However, Google tells us a fix is planned. So if you can see here on this top left, this hole, the punch hole, would cover or would, make up for the nose of this dog here. Let's just call him Snoopy. And so obviously it's cropped. It's a much bigger picture. So you don't get, now instead of actually having this nose fit here, there's just going to be a hole here. And that's not going to look as good. In case you're out of the loop, Google's Pixel 4a features one of those newfangled hole punch or pinhole style cameras in the top left corner. Right there. Rather than try to hide it with a dark spot or gradient on the default wallpapers, as most companies are apt to do, Google made it a highlight as part of its new, quote, for fun series of wallpapers made for the Pixel 4a, turning the camera into a dog's nose, the wheel of a skateboard, a hole in a bowling ball, and a toy for animals, among other creative ideas. So where are the ones here? Oh, that's the hole for this, the guitar. This is the top of the person's head. This is the ball. That's pretty clever, though. You gotta call it clever when you see it, yeah? I haven't used any wallpaper on mine except the stock one. With the Pixel 5 expected to adopt a similar design and likely launch with Android 11, it was a bit of a bummer that the new wallpapers didn't work correctly as a result of the changes in Android 11. But after noticing the issue, we reached out to Google for more info and were told that a fix is ready. You guys need to correct your... Who's proofing this? We're told that a fix will be ready before Android 11 rolls out, though we weren't told what form it will take. So something that'll probably come out in the near future. I don't know, for anybody who has Android 11 beta on their Pixel 4a, I might put mine maybe after they put the fix out it doesn't really matter because I'm still using the same wallpaper. So who cares? And I don't think my wallpaper actually obstructs. Well, no, it's just black pretty much right now on the top. But I should put Android 11 beta on there and see how that fares. So I do want to give a couple thoughts though on my 4A and how it's been for me since I've had it now for. But let me get into chat and I see a super chat here from Alan Stevenson. Alan, thank you so much, man. A $5 super chat. You're one of the realest tech YouTubers. Keep it up. Alan, thank you so much, man. I pride myself on that. I really do. And I'm glad a lot of you guys can see that. I'm glad a lot of you guys can see that I don't put up with, you know, the bullshit. And I'm very upfront when it comes to a lot of those things. So Alan, thank you. Thank you for that support. This is me saying thank you. Guys, thank you for the continued support. I do want to I might as well mention that since Alan just supported here, for you guys to do this kind of stuff, it really helps offset costs for me. It helps, like, you know, for you guys that don't know, the music that plays in the beginning and at the end, I pay for that music, right? I pay $15 a month to have, for me to play different music on my channel, right? I pay for that stuff. And obviously I pay for these phones, and like it helps offset costs and all of that kind of stuff. So guys, I do appreciate any support that you guys, you know, give during these streams. So Alan, again, thank you so much, man. I know I'm a little behind on updating August super chatters, especially now that August is almost over, but I got to get that up there. But I am thinking of a way to thank all my super chatters. Maybe as a way to just, I don't know, continue supporting or whatever. I just want to do something special. So guys, thank you. And speaking of support, like always, Brian comes in with the $1 super chat. Brian, thank you so much, man. Thank you as well for the support. I know Brian's always been supporting for a long time. He's a long time supporter and has had a streak of donation. So Brian, thank you so much. I also see a couple of thumbs ups on Facebook. So people watching on Facebook, thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Let me go back up into chat though. Why am I talking all weird? Let me go back up into chat and let me say hi to people I missed. All right, let me scroll down. Let me make sure I don't miss anything. Team Run. 007 gets caught up with the triads. I don't know. I missed that earlier. All right. Let me scroll down. Oh, okay. There wasn't much. So Brian is in here. Brian, hit that like / follow everyone, support the stream. Brian, thank you so much. Other Brian. There's 2 Brians in here. Brian, also, by the way, I noticed I was after you were kind of helping me out with the Facebook stuff, which, by the way, thank you so much for that. I have to keep working on that because I haven't been able to do more for that, but at least I got started. I did see you were sharing my link to this, so thank you for doing that, man. Please don't feel obligated to do that, but that's actually great because it gives me a place to see where you were sharing that. So thank you for doing that, Brian. Thank you. All right, guys, let's oh man, I only got one. Oh, we're 50 minutes in. We're kind of good with time. Actually, that's what I want to do. So I want to talk about the Pixel 4a, right? The Pixel 4a is the phone I've been, Brian says, kinda. Okay, Brian, you've been helping. Wait, how did I say it? Brian, thank you. Thank you, Brian. You're the best. I love you. Brian, thanks, man. Okay. So I want to talk about the Pixel 4a real quick, because I know I have been talking about this phone on a daily basis, but rightfully so, because this phone for $350 just does so much. A great camera, a really impressive battery for what it is, a super low price at $350, tactile buttons, decent performance, a nice looking aesthetic, a full screen display. And so those are some of the good things that I've seen with it. But I do want to talk about some issues that I've been running into maybe the last couple days, and maybe something that I didn't notice the very first couple times because maybe I was in that honeymoon phase or whatever. But I am now starting to notice a little bit of lag when it comes to the phone. It's not bad, and I won't even call it lag. It's mostly when I'm trying to open things up. or to go from one screen to the next. I talked about it yesterday. When I use the app TaskRabbit on here, it takes some time to open up that app, but not even opening the app, going from one part of the app to another, it takes an extra second or two. An extra second or two compared to my iPhone 11 Pro, compared to my Pixel 4. Now, is a second or two the end of the world? It isn't. But I want people to know that if you get this phone, you might run into a couple apps that might be a little more heavy when using the SoC, that you might notice it just be a little slower than maybe a flagship phone you've been using with a higher SoC in it. The other app that I noticed yesterday was Amazon. And I guess it's because I've been using Amazon lately on my PC when I've been ordering something. But I think last night I was in bed and I was just, because, I've been trying to decorate this place. So I'm like, oh, what else do I need? And I noticed that Amazon was being just a tad slow. And so to the point where I was like, okay, let me just pick up my iPhone and let me use that instead. Now, most other apps, you're not seeing that. You're not seeing that in Twitter. You're not seeing that in Instagram. I might notice a little bit of slowness when I'm scrolling through Chrome, but if it's mostly text-based, it isn't bad either. I just want to be transparent. Yes, the 4A is great for a lot of things. Price, camera, aesthetics, battery. Performance, though, that's where it is lacking a little bit. So just keep that in mind if you are thinking about the phone. If you are a gamer and you want to use the phone for gaming, I'm sure you could still use it for gaming, but I don't think it's not going to be a top performer. And I think you might know that already coming into it. You know that it's not going to perform as good as a Snapdragon 800 series. So just, again, keep that in mind. I would still recommend this phone all day, every day, if you're somebody that isn't going to be super heavy when it comes to using your phone. Like, when I say heavy, I mean gaming wise, or using apps that are rendering or editing video or something to those regards. So that's it. I just wanted to share that with the Pixel 4a. I know I talk about this phone a lot, but right now, if you ask me about all my phones that I've owned in 2020, I know I haven't owned a lot in 2020 or in 2019, but I've still messed with a good range of them. But I think the Pixel 4a right now is the best phone that I've bought so far in 2020. I've tried the iPhone SE. I've tried the TCL 10 Pro, my $1,300 Huawei P40 Pro Plus. I've tried a good amount of phones. What else did I try? The Galaxy A71, but you can't beat the price to performance to camera quality to battery life usage on the Pixel 4a. Just, it's still up there. And I don't know what's going to beat that. Maybe the Pixel 4a 5G. And that's kind of what I'm waiting for. And it's going to be actually good. So like I'm convinced now that this Pixel 4a is staying with me. I'm not going to be returning it. I'm going to be keeping it because I think it's worth the money. And it's going to be a good way to test the Pixel 4a versus the 4a 5G and see how much better that Snapdragon 765G chipset will perform over the 4a. All right. That's it. That's all I have about the 4a. Ted is asking, question, if someone on an iPhone gives you a super chat, does Google and Apple take a 30% cut, or does Apple take a cut from Google's cut? Are you being sarcastic or are you being serious? So like, when someone gives me a super chat, only Google takes 30% or YouTube only takes 30%. Apple doesn't take anything from it. But I wouldn't be surprised if Apple also wanted a piece of that pie. I don't know if you were in here, Ted, but like I did start talking about maybe switching up super chats. I mean, I'll still keep it available for people who want a super chat, but because Google takes so much of a cut from it, like it's not going to the like, again, for every dollar I make, I make 70 cents to the dollar because Google takes that 30%, and then I still have to tax whatever I get, like 20% or 25% or whatever it is, to taxes afterwards, because I got to report the money. But I was thinking about doing something different. I haven't had time to look into it. But yeah, again, I don't know if you were being serious though. Okay, let me scroll down here. Iller Cami, am I saying that right? Iller? Hopefully I'm saying that right. If I'm not, please correct me. Will the 4A 5G be a lot faster? I don't think it's going to be a lot faster. I think the big thing about the 765G is the fact that it's going to have 5G. I think that is where that extra like bump in price is really going to be. Like, yes, obviously it's going to be faster performance wise, raw performance, but I don't think it's not going to be worlds faster than the 4A. It's not going to be something where it's like, wow, like I'm so glad I, returned my 4A or I sold my 4A because this 4A 5G is worlds better. I don't think it's going to be that good, but if it will help, like if it'll help shorten load times, if it'll help shorten any kind of lag or slowness when it comes to like multitasking, that's very welcome. I will take that all day, every day. And that's why, even though right now the Pixel 4a I think is the best phone that you can buy in 2020 for its price and everything, I think the 4a 5G might give it a good run for its money, because again, a bigger display, a bigger battery. So not everybody wants a bigger display. Some people like this form factor. Me, I love this form factor. If I could get this phone with a 765 instead of a 730, I would have probably spent more money to buy the 765 version and keep this form factor. Because for me, I would rather have a smaller form factor than a bigger form factor. But again, like it's different for everyone. But like I was saying, the 4A 5G might be a more competitive phone for the price. It might be the better bang for the buck because, again, bigger display, bigger battery. The fact that it's going to have 5G, which isn't really the biggest plus right now, but also better performance, even though it might be minuscule or just a little bump, it's still better performance. And then if it has the ultra wide sensor on it, and that ultra wide sensor is amazing, like it might be worth the extra $150. But we got how much longer do we have? September 30th. We have just a little over a month to wait and see. So, yeah, that's it. Deepak says, don't think it'll be faster. Yeah, I think it'll be faster that much, but I don't think it's going to be crazy fast. Brian says, it's the same thing on Facebook. Instead of a super chat, you send stars, and Google, Apple takes their cut to send stars. I got to look into that system. I'm so glad you're able to share that with me, Brian, because I would love to set that up if I can, or I forget how I'm supposed to what the minimum requirements are for that. But I gotta look into that. Which, by the way, also somebody else just thumbs up on Facebook. So whoever thumbs up, thank you. You guys can also say hello. But thank you guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, Big House says time for a buy me a beer coffee. I got to look into that. Guys, thank you for bringing that out as well. Team Variety says, damn, I really want a 4A. Edgar says Pixel 5 then, probably same form factor. Only issue will be the price. That's the thing. That, you know what, Edgar? That's why I want to buy a Pixel 5, because that Pixel 5 is going to have a bigger display, but it's going to be the same form factor as, or almost the exact same form factor as the Pixel 4a, which I have to, it's like I have to buy it just to see how the quality is. And even if I end up saying it's overpriced, but I'm keeping it, I mean, I don't know, maybe I'll really like it. And then maybe I'll be like, well, I was dumb and I should have just bought the 4A 5G. we'll see what the Pixel 5 looks like. I'm excited for the Pixel 5 in a way. Edgar says, I'm happy so far with the 4A problem because I used a Pixel 3A for a year. LOL, I love the size of the 4. I do too. I think the 4A is a great form factor. I love the form factor on this phone for sure. Oh, probably because I use. Okay, I got you, Edgar. Tectonic is in here. The new LG fridge will be the fastest smartphone in the world. Who told you that? Where'd you get that source? TrendForce? Did TrendForce tell you that? Tectonic, what's going on, man? Welcome, welcome. All right. Last story of the day, and it is just a different story. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to talk about this. LG's battery-powered face mask will make breathing effortless. I haven't read this. I have no idea what this is really about. Well, I guess I know what it's about. It's about a battery-powered face mask that'll make breathing effortless. So this is the mask. Would you wear this in public? Doesn't this look like it's a little extra to wear in public? I don't know. I guess who cares if it's better, right? Hold on. There we go. Big tech is here to save us from COVID-19. With every responsible, compassionate person running around with a mask on nowadays, it seems inevitable that the phrase, quote, wearable technology will soon regularly include overly complicated high-tech face masks. One of the first major tech companies out of the gate with a questionably useful product is LG. The quote-unquote LG Puricare wearable air purifier is a battery-powered face mask that the company will, quote, supply fresh, clean air indoors and out. The mask really is a tiny air purifier and features a fan plus a HEPA filter combo on the left and right side. So HEPA filter here and then HEPA filter on this side. Okay, so you can see the filter is there. How much is this thing going to cost? Is it really that needed? A patented respiratory sensor detects the cycle and volume of the wearer's breath and adjusts the dual 3-speed fans accordingly. The fans are supposed to automatically sync up with your breathing by speeding up when you inhale and slowing down when you exhale, which LG says will make breathing effortless. If your breathing is not currently effortless, please visit your health. Okay, so really the only issue I have with my mask is sometimes it fogs up my glasses. That's the only time I really have an issue. And then today outside it's like 90. It looks nice out and it feels a little nice out, but once that sun hits you, it's awful. It's so hot today. And like I know it's hot today because it is like extra hot inside here. I do turn off the AC, guys, when I'm in here so that like the audio's not crazy, but it's 88 in here right now. And it's hot in here. I'm ready to end the stream. It's so hot in here. The mask looks absolutely huge in LG's heavily photoshopped picture. Yeah, I mean I don't know. I feel like it's a bit extra for sure. LG says you can wear the unit comfortably for hours on end, but that the 820 milliamp hour battery is only good for 8 hours of operation in low mode and 2 hours on high. There's no word on how much it weighs. I'd imagine it weighs, I don't know. I feel like I would just get so hot wearing that. When it does come time to recharge, the included case will also disinfect the mask somewhat with UV LED lights. There's also an app. Of course, there's an app that will alert you when the mask filters need to be replaced. Any tech company selling coronavirus-related products deserves a heavy amount of questioning and skepticism, and so far, LG hasn't proven its mask is effective or safe. LG's press release actually doesn't make any claims at all that the mask can help stop the transmission of the coronavirus, nor does it make any claims about the efficacy of its filtering abilities. The sales pitch is purely about clean air and nothing else. Why did I spend all this time reading this then? So this isn't going to do shit for coronavirus? Is this mask no better than just wearing the regular like cloth masks that my mom makes? I mean, will I get the same kind of safety using this glasses cleaner if I just did this instead of wearing that mask? I need to end the stream. Okay, I felt like I wasted time reading that article. There wasn't really, I don't know. I thought it was interesting. I thought it was actually going to be something beneficial, but maybe not. All right. let me get into chat real quick here. Deepak says, per the trend force be with you, said Darth Vader. Remember, Deepak, I've never watched Star Wars. Please don't shoot me. Edgar says, oh God, that Photoshop picture. J-Rom, want to still send that file. What? Oh, Tile. Oh, yeah. Paul, DM me again. Remind me. I know I have 8 million people trying to, yes, please get in touch with me. Paul, get in touch with me. I'll give you my info. Brian says I'm sweating looking at that thing. Okay. Looks like a horse's feed bag. Yeah, there you go. Brian says it's hot. It is. It's hot here today for sure. I'm sweating I'm kind of sweating in here, but I need to turn that AC on stat. Brian says 4A 5G is honestly for a larger battery, screen, and telephoto camera. It's not really a huge bump in performance. I agree. I don't think it's going to be a huge jump at all. Deepak says LG just released self-cleaning earbuds. That's a good idea. I think they're called the LG Tone. Yeah, I think we covered that. That's nice that they have that, or at least the UV light, right? It's not going to clean the grime off your, like if it gets dirty that way. But yeah, I think it'll remove bacteria from UV light, right? I think that's what they mean. Brian says, I mean wide ankle. I gotcha. Ted says, it's for the clout, the mask. Everybody doing things for the clout. Yeah. Okay. Guys, I think that's it for today. Tectonic says, LG fridge, DxO mark, #1 spot. Fear the Roof 42. Haha, I thought I missed a stream, but of course you're still streaming after nearly 1.5 hours. Well, I did start a little late today for sure. Let me guess, Pixel Talk, a little Pixel Talk. I calmed myself down today, Fear the Roof 42. But with that being said, people, that will be it for today. Tomorrow is Friday, right? Yes, Friday. So I got one more stream for you guys for the end of the week. So please, guys, if you like this stream, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up. And if you haven't had a chance to hit that thumbs up, hit that thumbs up. And if you hadn't had a chance to do either of those, hit the subscribe button. Guys, thank you so much for coming today. I want to thank everybody for stopping by, talking in chat, hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe button. For the super chatters today, Brian, Alan, right? Alan, did I get that right? Yes, Alan, thank you. Guys, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the extra support. Always appreciated. Guys, I love you guys. What else do I have to say? Nothing. Tomorrow, hopefully there's more news stuff. I still wanted to do the camera review for the Huawei P40 Pro Plus and the Pixel 4a, because I've already taken the pictures for both of these. I just need to do that. So maybe we'll do that live tomorrow if I can get everything set up. I think that's it. I see some other comments in here. Oh, just saying bye and thanks. And yeah, guys, thank you so much. I am going to do the wave as I hit play and transition out. Guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye.